Well, I'm excited to be here. I was thinking about today, I was thinking about, I do typical presentations, and, I was thinking about it last night, and I said, you know what, I'm going to change it up. And I'm just going to share from a social media perspective and a marketing perspective what's on my mind in my company. And that's a big deal because what we do every day is basically stay on the cutting edge of what's going on in marketing. And right now, that's digital social media. And so I want to share with you, kind of just unpack my brain today. Now you're going to see that the slides are fairly simple. Normally they're not. And those who've seen the presentations before, but the information I'm going to share is absolutely can impact your business dramatically. So I'm going to challenge you in that. And the reason why I put this slide up here first is Captivated is because our society and our world is captivated right now. They're captivated and locked into so many things, and they're mainly locked into digital. And I'm going to prove it throughout the next 2 hours, okay? So, see, okay. So let me share where this all began, because I think that some of you can relate. Back in 1997, I saw this infomercial, and this infomercial was called NetBiz. And it was like, it was 30 minutes, it was hook, line, and sinker. It was how you can own your own internet business. And I said, wow, I'm going to do that. And so I got signed up. $10,000 later that year, I was in a coaching program. And they sent me this booklet, this binder, and that was my system. And I had a coach assigned to me for every single week, once a week. And we got on a call. And if you think about it, you've probably signed up for stuff like that before yourself. And you know what? I still to this day thank God for that investment that I made, because the teacher taught me one thing, that coach taught me one thing, and one thing mainly, and that is that the internet's here to stay, which, I'm not saying anything you don't know. However, what he did teach me was this, is that the internet will allow you to stay on the cutting edge of what's going on in the marketplace and marketing. And he said, Randy, if you just understand that, and you understand that you can use that search system on Google, on Yahoo. At that time, Yahoo and other systems were out there, not Google. And if you can understand, do you realize, Randy, that will keep you on the cutting edge in the marketplace next to anything else? He says, if you understand that, you'll always have a competitive edge on everybody else. And that has always stuck with me, and it has always helped me grow my business. And so here I am today, and not running the company now. That's another story. The reason why I'm not running the company is for two reasons. Number one is I have to take a little bit of a health break, but number two is because I realize I can't do everything myself. There's just no way. So the company's running with other people now, and I'm still the chairman, but I can't focus on it as much. So the beginning, that's where it all began, was 1997 with NetBiz. I can still remember the guy's voice on TV. He goes, NetBiz. And I just can't believe I spent $10,000 on it. So what is marketing? And in order for us to even unpack social media and digital marketing, we need to define marketing. And what is it, and where are we going to go with it for what we're doing? And each of you are doing something, and how are you attracting your clients, what you're doing to pull in leads, more traffic, more sales for your business. And I guarantee there's a better way of doing it than what you're doing now. Otherwise, you would be running a company like me versus what you're doing, because your strategy would be so effective that everybody would have to know about it, right? And marketing is really finding where your target market is, finding a compelling message, getting it in front of them, causing them to convert into sales or leads, right? And so that's what we do. But we use words, and we use a lot of words. And there's guys, think about this for a second. There's governments, private entities, institutions whose main currency is understanding you, right? We pay millions of dollars for intelligence in this country to understand what words are being used by other people in order to make financial decisions, right? We never take the time to consider that. We never take the time to consider that our patterns and our behaviors and our words, that there's billions and billions of dollars that's going into that people are using to understand us. That's why I said at the beginning we're captivated, because it's not just the CIA, it's not just our government, but it's private entities that are spending that type of money, and they're using words, they're using patterns, and they're using copy to market to us. And we don't realize how powerful these words are. We don't realize how powerful they are on websites, on TV, in videos, all of that. And if we did, it would change the way we write our emails. It would change the way we write our subject headings. It would change the way we do our status updates on Facebook. It would change what time we do things. It would change our patterns, meaning our timing. It would change everything if we understood that if it's so important to other companies, then it should be important to us in our business. And I'm not talking about this from a manipulation factor. I'm talking about this from basic understanding of people, right? And if we understand that, then we can better market our business. Now, social media just happens to be the best medium out there right now to do that. You can get 3, 4, 10 times the results using social media than you can with conventional marketing. So there's no question about it. So I want to put this up here. This is a formula I've never shared, so I'm going to share it with you guys. This is something that we use on a lot of our videos, a lot of our sales pages, our emails. You're going to want to write this down, because this is actually really, really powerful. When we do any type of promotion, any type of offer, any type of deal, this is what we're using. We always use a compelling headline. What's the end result for your customer? What are they going to get? Is it going to be more traffic? Are they going to get success? Are they going to get something tax-free? Are they going to get 99.9% server time, uptime? What are they going to get? And then a specific period of time. They're going to get it in the next 4 days, 7 days. You're going to get this in the next 30 days, okay? And then address the objection, and it's risk-free. There's an objection, that there's going to be. So our headlines are always addressing these things, okay? So you want to be doing that in your business, and this works in social media, and it's really powerful. Then you want to declare the problem. What is the problem? I switched to Max, and my son, he says, Dad, you know what Dell stands for? And I said, no, what? He says delicate, because our computer at home runs really slow. And he's only 9 years old, so he's just coming up with these things. But, declare the problem. Is your Dell extremely delicate and slow? So, declare the problem that you're marketing to, present the solution, borrow credibility. And this is really big in testimonials. Borrow credibility could be something like this. Let's just say it's mobile marketing, and you have a mobile marketing product. Let's just say it's a text service. Now, let's just say your company's brand new. However, you can borrow credibility, because there's how many Fortune 500 companies using mobile marketing? So you could say companies like State Farm, Applebee's, Allstate are all using mobile marketing. So you borrow credibility, right? I didn't say testimonial, that you tie it to a testimonial. Now, here's the thing. You can also say stuff like, listen to what Applebee's says, not what our client says, and you're borrowing credibility. And the more credibility you borrow when you're putting the copy together, you're putting sales pages together, the better you're going to convert. And most people never consider that when they think about, okay, I need to put together a whole list of case studies. Some people just put together a PDF of case studies, and they go, I'll just do that, but boy, I can only use my clients. And that's wrong. You don't have to just use your clients. You can borrow credibility. If they're not using that type of service or product, you can borrow credibility of your industry that's actually doing it. Okay, and so that's really important to remember. Social proof, and again, this is where you borrow credibility too. Now, if you're a new company, you could say over 4 billion people are using mobile phones for text right now. That's social proof. Now, if you're an existing company, you could say right now I have 300,000 subscribers. Strong, social proof. Call to action, that's where you simply say, what the offer is. But this last part is reversing all the risk. Reversing all the risk is something like a 60, 90-day money-back guarantee, or we're doing an offer right now on mobile marketing, and the product costs $97. But if you generate 1,000 leads the first month, we're going to pay you $97. So we reverse all the risk. Now here's the beauty of why we would do that, is because we have what we call monthly service on the back end. The moment that they tap out at 1,000, the 1,001 text message, they have to pay $47 a month for that. We want to encourage them to take action that first month. So what am I talking about here? You reverse risk. You could actually give them money back if your service is a continued service, right? Have them take action in a short period of time to see the value of your service, right? They get locked in because they generated all those results that quick. Are they going to continue with you if you reverse all the risk? Absolutely, they're going to continue with you because they don't have any reason not to. And so there's ways that you can reverse the risk, and there's ways you can do it in your business, whether it's a product or a service or consulting. There's always ways that you can reverse the risk. Always make it look like it's just so simple for them, and it's basically like, why in the world would you not spend this money? Why in the world would you not spend it? And so really important stuff. Now, old media. So let's talk about social media, and let's talk about old media. Old media would like you to believe that the last 40 years of marketing is still all about postcards and radio and television, right? Old media would like you to believe it's not about ROI, that it's not return on investment. And that's just not the case. We live in a society, we live in a day in our businesses where budgets are cut. You need to know that the money that you're spending is going to generate results. And social media affords you that opportunity. It really does. And old media doesn't want you to know that. That's why if you look at all the reports that are coming out, even over the last couple months, newspaper circulation is so far down, it's ridiculous. There's so many things that are hitting in the marketplace from old media that, you know, if you wanted to buy airtime, television spots right now, you realize how cheap it is. It used to not be this cheap. It's dirt cheap now. You could get local airtime in the local market here super cheap. But do this. Do it, but before you do it, ask a couple questions. What type of audience? How many calls can you guarantee? Just ask, how many calls can you guarantee? Just simply ask that, and they're going to tell you, we can't guarantee calls. Well, social media, you can guarantee click-throughs. You can guarantee visitors. You can guarantee opt-ins. So why in the world would you not be doing it, especially if you can do it at an affordable rate? So it's all shifting. The marketplace is shifting. Right now, I'm gonna share some interesting things. Right now, there's almost a billion people on Facebook, right? Am I correct? A billion people on Facebook. The average person has how many friends on Facebook? Anyone know? 140. That's not many. But now consider this. 80% of them are local. Okay? This all matters here. I'll bring it all home here in a moment. But there is a major shift going on. How many of you sleep with your cell phone? Or at least keep it 2 feet from you? Okay, well, some of you are lying because survey says that 80% of you sleep by your phone. Okay? 80%. Yes. And the college students will respond to your text at 2 a.m. in the morning within 60 seconds. And you know what? You guys do too. You all respond. If you get a text message, the majority of you guys respond very, very quickly, don't you? 97% of what? All text messages are read, and they're read within the first 3 to 10 minutes. You send out a postcard, less than 2% response rate. 97% on mobile text marketing, right? Are you guys using mobile text at all for your business? Text marketing? That's digital media. That's social media. There has never been, according to the New York Times, listen to this. The New York Times said this: mobile marketing is the best media marketing ever invented. This is what the New York Times said. The best ever. I mean, so 97%, 48% of people who go on, 48% of people actually use their phone to search for promotions and coupons. Okay? 48%. Last year alone, over 8 trillion text messages were sent. You know how much money that generated for mobile marketing companies, according to the survey? $200 billion. 200 billion, okay? So that's just mobile. But then you take a look at like LinkedIn, it's got 200 million business professionals that are there raising their hand saying, I want to conduct business. And when you send a message on LinkedIn that's specific to your target market, your response rates are 6 to 15%, right? So if you're doing email marketing, even if you're a really good email marketer, your best open rate and read rate is 15% now, okay? But if you do it on LinkedIn, it's 15%. However, it's right in front of your target market. There's no question if the people in your list are your target market or not. You can filter down. So the question is, can you have your assistant send 100 messages in an hour? I know you can because my people do it. 100 messages an hour, 15 people respond back saying, I want to talk about your brand or service. Should you be doing that? If you send out 100 messages in an hour and 15 people respond back and want to talk to you about your product or service, should you be doing that? That's not a trick question. Is that a yes? Maybe? No, yes. You should be doing it. Is that difficult? I'll show you guys later if you guys would like how to do it. But that's not the point of this conversation right now. It's not. It's really is understanding that there's a shift and that you can target your market. You can target them unlike ever before. Think about Facebook for a second. So Facebook says, you know what? I want you to like pages. I want you to like comments. I want you to like all these things. And on the other side, Facebook is selling to me as a marketer the ability to market to your likes. Not just your interest, not just your age group, not just your geography, but what pages you like. And I can target and market to, if you like, my competitor's fan page, for instance. So light bulb maybe just went off for some of you. You can actually target your competitor's fans. And that's it, specifically. You can do it. Now on LinkedIn, you can target. You can target based off their interests, based off what their background is. You can do the same thing. On Facebook, though, let's just back up. Facebook, you can do this at such a rate, you can pay 1 to 5 cents a click-through. That's unheard of. So if you've ever spent money on what they call pay-per-click, move over to Google. Facebook is owning that market. In fact, Facebook's annual or quarterly revenue is almost double now of Google on pay-per-click. And I say pay-per-click, but ad impressions as well. It's almost double. Now, don't have much to say about their stock price, but I did warn everybody that asked me. I said, don't do it. Don't buy into it because it's going to tank. I did warn everybody. Who did I warn? Did I warn you, Ed? Yes? Yep. I was with a client a week before that, and he asked me, and I looked like a genius. So I had a 50-50 chance of looking like a genius, right? But no, so now you can not only get that targeted, but now Facebook allows you to not only target people based off of what page they liked, but also target the people who like your page. So if you put a post or a status update on your business fan page, and let's just say you got I've got, like on my personal fan page, I have 8,300 fans. Now Facebook allows me not to only target my 8,300 fans, but my fans' friends that they're connected to. Okay? So now I'm borrowing credibility from my direct fans and marketing. So I ran an ad last week, and I ran it to like 25,000 people. And, you know, I got like 300 click-throughs for $100. 300 targeted click-throughs to my page to an offer for $100. Okay? And not just any type of click-throughs. We're talking very, very targeted click-throughs. So why are we able to do this? Because the average person spends, 4 hours on Facebook in a day. And you say, well, I don't. Yes, you do. You spend it on there between your phone, right? Most people just think about their desktop. Well, listen to this. 3 out of 5 internet searches, you know where they're done? 3 out of 5 on your mobile phone. By 2014, mobile phone usage will overtake daily desktop computer usage. That's where people are getting the 4 hours. Because if you think about it, when you're in a line, Starbucks, or you're in the airport, or you're here, and we break in a moment, instead of talking to somebody, instead of having that awkward moment, we'll pick our phone out just to cope and look at our status updates or our text messages that just came through. That's why people are reading their messages within the first 3 to 10 minutes. And the question is, are you marketing to them? Are you going right where your prospects are at? Because they're captivated on their phone. They're captivated in social media, on LinkedIn, Twitter, Google+, YouTube. And if you're not, you're missing the opportunity, because we are addicted. We are a society addicted to mobile phones, addicted to social media. Anybody disagree with that? No, we are.
I do disagree a little bit.
That's a good point. The fastest growing segment, no, it's a good point. Fastest growing segment on Facebook is 59 and older women. When you market, and let's just say it's the older person that is actually on Facebook, but if, let's just say they're not, then you market to their kids. You market to their 40s and their 50-year-olds. You could still use conventional marketing. You could still do postcard mail outs and stuff like that too. But that's where the market shift is at. That's where it's all moved to, and the challenge is picking a marketer who says they're an expert is a dime a dozen, okay? And they'll say, well, yes, you can do this, you can do that, but they have no clue how to take it and bridge the gap, where, like the point you're raising, they don't know how to bridge the gaps. Because most of these guys are just coming right out of college. They've never been in the business world, never been responsible for generating real leads, real transactions. They've never been responsible to what we call a sales sheet, or the numbers, where excuses don't matter and only numbers do, right? Have you ever had a boss that said, you're responsible for sales, and all he said was, hey, where are the numbers at this month? And you come up with this excuse, and he says, you know what, that excuse doesn't fit in this column. Well, that's what we're dealing with a bunch of so-called experts out there in the marketplace. They don't know how to bridge the gap on how this meets real world. And it does. It meets real world, but you have to have a good mindset, understanding how to approach these people, how to bridge the gaps between conventional and digital marketing, It is an addicted society. We are so focused on it. We're going down the road. We see how many signs that say, don't text and drive, right? But your phone, you use your phone for GPS, and a lot of people are still holding up like this, right? Most of you got, the audible GPS on your phones now, but still, we're so addicted. And, Facebook, again, 4 hours a day on average between that, your cell phone, and being on your laptop or whatever. That is crazy. And we're missing it as business owners, as marketers, as companies, not thinking that this is not where it's at, because it is. And there's a short window of opportunity, what I call a loophole. And that loophole is this, is that right now you can get in front of your target market at reduced cost, but increase results. Now, when Facebook begins to see and identify these other loopholes that are allowing you to get in front of your market so cheaply, they're going to begin to raise the rates. LinkedIn's going to do the same thing, like being able to message your target market on LinkedIn through LinkedIn groups. They're going to begin to lock that down even more and more. And thanks to guys like me, they're doing that, okay? And you've got to figure that out. You've got to start using those things. Same thing with Twitter. Twitter sounds like a waste of time, but it's not. 57% of people on Twitter have recommended brands and services. And I'm not talking about like, hey, I just ate a pizza. I'm talking about, I just ate a pizza at Joe's local pizzeria down the street in the Lou, okay? And so they're recommending them, and we're missing a major opportunity there. So it really is a wake-up call, and that's what I wanted to bring to you guys today is I could show you a whole lot of great strategies, but if you're not diving into this and you're not using it, I'm just going to say 99.99% is addicted, and we have an opportunity with these platforms. You know, a lot of so-called experts will make it look like it's rocket science, and it doesn't have to be. It's simple, it's easy to use. It's just a wake-up call. It's a wake-up call for what you're doing. And if you're spending any kind of money on phone book, any kind of money on newspaper ads, any kind of money anywhere, and you're not spending it on social media, you're missing it. It's just as clear as I can put it. Because there's companies, there's people that are paying high dollar for social media expertise, and they're generating massive results with it. And so you have that opportunity to do it too. I mean, heck, just with even YouTube videos. Right now, there's more video uploaded to YouTube in a single month than the 3 major news networks produced over the last 60 years combined. Last 60 years. That's crazy. Yeah, in 24 hours, I think there's over 7,200 hours of video now loaded to YouTube. That's crazy. And you can optimize your videos based off of keywords to where people will find it in Google search. So you can steal traffic, basically, without having even have to pay for it. I say steal it, but I mean, the fact of the matter is, you can practically get traffic for free, and it's targeted traffic. And you just can't do it any other way. Here's a tip. Write this down if you want a good tip. If you want to get really good traffic off a current YouTube video of someone else's, just redo the video, do your own review of the video, if it's a competitor or whatever, and just put in front of it the words review, synopsis, but then use the same title, the same keywords, the same description, and then have your link to your website. It's completely good to do. And what will happen is you'll show right up in the search. When that person's video shows up, you'll show up right next to them. And you'll get free traffic. It's ridiculous. This stuff it's not hard. But you definitely want to start taking advantage of it. There's too much opportunity. When you can spend $100 on Facebook and get 300 targeted views to your website, why would you not do that if they're your target market? I was with an Aflac agent a couple months ago in Illinois. All I showed him was this LinkedIn strategy. That's it. He was only like a week into being an Aflac agent, and then he became one of the top guys really quick because of LinkedIn. Aflac Corporate had him come in and do a training on LinkedIn. It's crazy. So I'm telling you, you should be capitalized on LinkedIn and don't quit, because I've worked with guys specifically like you, and you should be using it, and it will be one of the best ways for you to generate leads, really. So that's what I wanted to really hit on, and I can go live and show you guys stuff, but I really wanted to bring just this information to you in a challenging way, because my goal is to affect people's business positively. And if I can help you grow your business, you're going to remember Thomas Schumer Group for a long time. So, if you guys would like advice on how, I would help you specifically, I can kind of open it up as a forum and do that. So, but with that said, I'm going to say thank you. That's my official presentation. And, if you guys want to tell me what you specifically do, and I can tell you a specific strategy or two that you should be implementing for your business. How does that sound? All right, well, so I'm done officially, so thank you.